You've probably seen some of the videos of people with and without face masks getting into fights over face covering policies. Now a company with roots in Orange County is using robotic technology to help enforce mask orders and to avoid confrontations.
Now, a North Texas agency is one of the first places in the country to use a new robotic technology that will help enforce those mask orders. Our Diana Zoga has the story.
We are seeing fights like this go viral.
I don't have a mask.
Where businesses find themselves at times in verbal or physical confrontations with customers.
My doctor would not let me wear a mask.
Trying to enforce mask requirements, often under state or county orders.
Horrifying videos, they're horrifying. They're not fun.
Steve Reinharz is CEO of Robotic Assistance Devices, and he's trying to take the ugliness out of these encounters by deploying a robot.
We developed a face mask analytic so we can either say, look for people with face masks on, look for people without face masks on.
They call the robot ROSA, which means Responsive Observation Security Agent. When ROSA recognizes a person about to enter a business without a mask, you hear and see the warning immediately.
It is a non-biased, non-confrontational approach to reminding people to, wear their face mask.
Customers are... The company behind the technology is selling them all over the country and say the demand is growing and they're getting new calls every day.
Steve Reinharz is the CEO of Robotic Assistance Devices, and he's trying to take the horror out of these encounters by utilizing a robotic technology instead of a person to inform customers about mask policy.
These robots are already being used at metro train stations in Fort Worth, Texas. They say so far they have received good feedback from visitors.
The agency told NBC5 the device also frees up staff.
We've had the ROSAs up just about a month now. Really great feedback on those. Their innovation and technology is advancing every day. And it is what we're trying to do from an agency standpoint to leverage this. So again, we can better utilize our human capital at other locations where there might be a greater need.
To wear face masks.
But he says businesses are bracing for the possibility they'll have to enforce COVID-19 safety measures for years to come. And they hope to avoid scenes like this.
You have a machine tell you to do something? It blows my mind that the level of compliance is just skyrocketing.
The robotic mask detection technology has only been on the market since late July. The company says it's deploying them at businesses all over the country.
The company behind the technology is selling them all across the country and say the demand is growing. They're getting new calls every day.
ROSA is already being used in train stations in Fort Worth, the robotic mask detection technology. It's only been around since late July. Company says it is deploying them at businesses all over the country now. I think the thought is, nobody's going to argue with a robot.
Yes, ma'am.
If somebody's, telling you, people take it personally.
I think you're onto something. I mean, just yesterday, the city said that people were assaulting some park rangers and law enforcement, like verbally and physically, because they were just trying to enforce like that 6-foot distance rule. So. Not good.
No. Not good at all. I think it's the tone at which the robot is speaking to me. If it's like, hey, will you put on a mask? Or if it's like, you put on a mask, it really, it determines my reaction.
Be kind.
Yes, be kind even to the robot.
It's threatening. The company behind the technology is selling them all over the country, and demand for them is growing.
Wow.
Sign of the times. The company behind the technology is selling them all over the country and says the demand is growing. They're getting new calls every day.
So instead of a person yelling at you, you got a robot yelling at you.
Right, yeah. I guess it's, can't fight the robot. Right?
There you go.
Well, that's all the time we have for the Fox 8 News at 7.
Thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to join us again tonight at 10. And until then, have a great night.